literature. Today we're going to talk about The Last Ride Together by Robert Browning, stanza 6. In the previous stanza, that was stanza 5, we found that the rejected lover is giving justification of his present situation. He is not frustrated, he is not whining, he is not putting any grievance, but whatever it is, he is actually showing us, he is actually he is describing, he is justifying whatever he feels, and from his point of view, he is justifying his present condition of being optimistic. Now, in this stanza, we find again another point. What hand and brain weren't ever paired? In a previous stanza, the line starts with, you can check or remember, fell I alone in words and deeds. So, you find that was also with a question. The stanza starts with a question, that I'm not the only person in this world who have failed to gain the object of my life. So that was another point of justification. And now in this stanza, again we find a series of questions. He is asking us to reinforce his ideas. What hand and brain weren't ever paired? So here, hand and brain. Brain is the source of ideas, and hand has the duty to carry out those ideas. So what hand and brain weren't ever paired? Means weren't ever paired. It means become fully matched. That hands and brain, they never equal. Our ideas are never fulfilled. What we think in our brain, our hand cannot accomplish that fully. So there is, oh my God, so there is always a gap between what we plan and what we actually do. What we think we cannot accomplish, and nobody can complete all the thoughts into action. So this is the theory of Browning as well as the lover, that nobody can complete all thoughts into action. You cannot put all your thoughts, that is all your whatever your brain thinks, into action. Okay. What hand and brain? The difference of the gaps shall always remain. The difference always remains there. The gap between your desire and your actual achievement. What your brain planned out and what the hand can execute. So this gap is always there. And what heart alike conceived and dared? Conceived means thought. Or you can say thought. Formed. And dared means had the courage. To act upon. Now, what heart alike considered and dared? That our heart, the thought that we conceive in our heart cannot be accomplished. The gap between thought and accomplishment is always there, and this thought is carrying out in every line. What act proved all its thought have given? The same thought, that the wide gap between our thought and accomplishment is getting repeated. What act proved all its thought had been. Now, this again and again he is reinforcing the gap between our desires or thoughts versus actual achievement. Okay. No action can be complete realization of thought. No action can be complete realization of thought. What will but fill the fleshly screen? Now, will, this verb will here refers to the determination, to do something. Fleshly screen refers to the physical infirmities, the barrier of the body, the barrier of the body. Physical infirmities. So, there is no such thing that does not fill the limitation, no such will that does not fill the limitation of the material body. So, what does this line signify? This line signifies that there is no such will, that is determination or desire to do something, that does not fill the predicament, you can say, the impediment or limitation, impediments of material body. Every human being feels this limitation. Every human being has this limitation, that predicament of the. Every human will feel this, and our physical energy is not equal to the strength of our spirit will. It is very common. You can feel whatever. You can feel that you wish to go to the moon. You can go to Mars. You can go wherever you like through your mind power, your spirit. Your mind or your spirit is free to roam wherever, to think whatever you like to think. But our physical energy is not equal to the strength of our spirit. So you can explain that line from this point of view also, that our physical energy, and you know, in our every life you also can prove this. Every day, for me, I am talking about in the morning, I think I will do this thing, that thing. Oh my God, I am going to do so a lot of things today. Even in my to-do list, I keep a long list the previous night for the next day. And when the day starts and there are so many things I have planned, and finally find I'm capable of only doing one or two things from that long list. So this happens for every one of us, that our physical energy is not equal to our mental strength or spirit. So whatever we think in our mind, we cannot accomplish that. So it is true for Browning's lover, and it is also true for all of us. What the spirits wills to do, desires to do, wishes to do, it fails to achieve due to the barrier of the body. Our body is always a barrier to us. A man may have a high desire, a man or woman, whatever, may have high desires. But we never be able to translate all the desires into reality. We cannot translate all the desire into reality, because our fleshly existence is always there. We get headache, we get migraine, we get so many things we get in our life, so we cannot just conceive cannot fulfill what we think. Now, next. We write, and I see her bosom heave. Now, in the previous stanza, we also find that after giving so many questions, just putting so many questionnaire and whatever disparity is in there in this world. The ultimate truth is the presence that we are riding. Let's happen whatever is happening there. So we ride. Again in this stanza, he is reinforcing this theme that we ride. We rode. And there was a line, we rode, and now we ride. So in every stanza, the lover philosophizes, justifies, and then mention their riding together. I see our bosom heave. There is many a crown for who can reach. So now there is something ambiguity, some contradiction I find in this line. I think just the lover say that till now what he says that no one can attain the ideal, no one can reach there, no one can attain the ideal goal. But now he is saying that there is many a crown for who can reach. So there he is contradicting himself. I think that he is saying that there are some person. So he is contradicting himself. He is contradicting himself. He is saying that there are some people who can achieve their goal. So, and crown here refers to that reward. Crown here refers to the reward. Who can reach? For those, the crown is there who can reach, who can attain that ideal destination. Lines, a statesman's life in each. Now you find the sarcasm, the tone of sarcasm is going on. 10 lines, a statesman's life in each. So 10 lines give the life of 10 statesmen, because each, the word each you find in 10 line. If in 10 line you find that life of 10 statesmen, then each statesman is given one line. Okay, so he is saying that whatever statesman does, his life is concluded in one line. The flag stuck on a heap of bones. Flag. Now he is talking about the soldiers. He is talking about here statesmen. Now he is talking about the soldiers who fought for the country. The flag refers to the flag of country. The soldiers fight for the country, wins victory in the battlefield, and plants his flag by killing his enemies on the heap of bones. Heap of bones refers to the dead bodies of the enemy. Now, I think this heap of bones can be the dead bodies of the enemies, and at the same time, this heap of bone can be the dead bodies of him, or the dead bodies of the soldiers who are fighting. Because the soldiers are dying, the soldiers die in the battlefield, and on their heap of bones, the country's flag is stuck. So, this heap of bone not only refers to the heap of bones of the enemy soldiers, but even after fighting, they have to die. Many of the soldiers have to die. A soldier's doing what atone. So now what atones means what is the reward of the soldier? The soldier sacrifices his life in the battlefield, but what reward does he get? Atone means what is the reward? He is asking what is the reward. So you will find in this stanza, in most of the stanzas of this poem, a series of questions are asked by the lover. He is asking us. He is demanding justification. He is justifying himself, and at the same time he is demanding justification from his readers. So a soldier is sacrificing his life, a soldier is killing others' life, a statesman is doing this and that, but what is the reward? They scratch his name on the abbey stone. They means the people, the country people, they scratch. Scratch means inscribe. But inscribe has some more genuine tone in this word than scratch. Scratch refers to something very insignificant. Scratch, the very word, refers to something very insignificant is inscribing. It means insignificant. Scratch. We say this. Scratch. Scratch is not something significant. The word scratch refers to something insignificant. So even after sacrificing his life, or even after taking others' life, the people only inscribe their name on the abbey stone. Abbey refers to the Westminster Abbey, where men are buried. And abbey stones refers to the tombstones of churchyard. And so the final line there is saying that my writing is better. So in comparison with these people, the statesman, the soldiers, the lover is saying that my achievement of riding with my beloved is much better than this reward of this great person. So finally he concluded with this, and he just justifies himself, he asks questions, he shows the example of others, and finally he concluded that my writing is far better than the soldiers and the statesmen. I feel I have nothing to write now. You can understand his point. It is so clear and so lucid. So next day we will talk about stanza 7. And I feel in this way, if we go just part by part, stanza by stanza, we will understand this poem much better than if I take this in one class. Okay. Thank you for staying with me. Have a good day.